Hi, I'm Beth from My Tutoring Bee, and in today's video we're talking about stem and leaf plots. I've got a couple examples. Let's go ahead and get started. All right, let's first take a look at this stem and leaf plot so that we can see how to read it, how to find the information that we need from this stem and leaf plot, and answer any questions that might be asked about it. So the first thing that I want to point out is this key down here. A lot of times stem and leaf plots will have a key at the bottom. You can almost think about it like the place value that each part of this plot tells us about. So right here it says the key is 5 and then the line and then 3 means 53. So what that's telling us is that that 5 is the tens place and the 3 is the ones place. So as we're looking at our stem and leaf plot here, all of these numbers on the left represent the tens place, and the numbers on the right, the leaves, represent the ones place. However, that's not to say that every single stem and leaf plot always means tens and ones places. So you really do have to look at that part where it says what that means, because it could mean 5.3. If this part means 5.3, then that 5 would be in the ones place and the 3 would be in the tenths place, right? It could mean 530. So again, the 5 would be the hundreds place and the 3 would be the tens place. Also, a good clue is to look at the title of the plot. This one says ages of shoppers at the grocery store. So decimals like 5.3 or 530, those don't really make sense for this particular set of data. However, we do still want to always look at that key. All right, so now let's take a look at this stem and leaf plot and see what each of these numbers actually mean. So here, when our stem is 0 and our leaf is 9, that is a 0 in the tens place and a 9 in the ones place, which just means 9. So this represents one 9-year-old, right? And then we have nothing here in the leaf section for the stem of 1. So that means we don't have anybody ages 10 through 19. So when it's empty, that means there is nobody in that age range is represented here. Okay, but we do have a couple of 20-somethings. So we have a 26-year-old, that stands for 26, and then we have a 27-year-old, so that stands for 27. So notice this 2 goes along with each of this 6 and 7. So we've got a 26-year-old and a 27-year-old. As we can see, we've got several people in the 30 to 39 age range, and we do have 3 people who are exactly 32, right? So each of these 2s represent a 32-year-old. Same with the 8s. We have 2 people who are 38. Okay, and then with the 40 to 49 age range, we can see that we have several people there that were in their 40s that were shopping, several 50-something-year-olds, 60s, 70s, nobody who was 80 to 89, but we do have a 0 here with the 9 stem, so that means that we have a 90-year-old. So when we see a 0, the 0 is a placeholder for the ones place in that number. So this person was a 90-year-old who was shopping at the grocery store, but we didn't have an 80-year-old or anybody 80 anything, right? So that's why this one is empty and this one has a 0. Okay, so now that we've talked a little bit about how to read a stem and leaf plot, let's see if we can answer some questions about this stem and leaf plot. How many people shopping were in their 60s? Okay, so we know that the 6 that we're looking for is the stem of 6. And then all of these numbers listed in the leaf section, those are going to represent the ones place of anybody in their 60s. So we had a 60-year-old, a 61, another 61, another 61, 63, and 66, right? So we had 6 people. The question is how many people? We had 6 people who were in their 60s who were shopping. How many 40-year-olds shopped? Okay, so now we're asking about a specific number, 40, not 40s, or anybody in their 40s, but just specifically 40. So these 2 zeros right here would represent the 40-year-olds. So we've got this 40 and this 40. So we had 2 40-year-olds. All right, and then another question that we have is, what was the oldest age of shopper? So when we look at as we can tell, all of these are organized with our stems in ascending order as we go from 0 to 10 as we go down. And then notice too that all of our leaves are going in ascending order from left to right. So we've got 2, 2, 2, 5, 7, 8, 8, 9. They're all in order from lowest to highest. So that makes it really easy to answer questions like this. What was the oldest age? So that 90-year-old is the oldest. So it's the highest tens place, and then we would go to the highest ones place. We only have one ones place in this case. So our oldest shopper was 90 years old. Okay, now let's put it into practice in creating our stem and leaf plot. We are given final grades up here. We have a whole list of different grades, and as you can see, they're not in any particular order. And the title of our stem and leaf plot is Pre-Algebra Finals Grades. So we've got the stems already listed here, again from 0 to 10 down here. We've got our key, 3, and then the line, and then 0 means 30. Which makes sense for grades because our grades are typically 2-digit numbers, maybe 3 digits for 100, but that's going to be represented by the 10 down here. And we want to go ahead and fill in all of the leaves for this stem and leaf plot. We do want to make sure that we are organizing in order from top to bottom. We already have the stems in top to bottom order, and then the leaves are going to be from left to right. So as we are filling in our chart here, we're going to start with the lowest number and go to the highest number as we go to the right. So here's a great method for doing that. I'm going to, since our list of grades up here are just sort of in random orders, I'm going to go through and look for any grades that are single digits. So that would be a grade of 0 through 9. Hopefully we don't have anybody with that low of a grade, but let's take a look. So I am looking at the tens place only to start with, or I'm looking for a single digit number. So in other words, a 0 in the tens place. And I actually don't see any grades that are that low. So that's good. So we actually going to leave this one blank. We don't have anybody with a single digit final grade. Okay, now we're going to look for numbers with a 1 in the tens place. So these would be numbers from 10 through 19. And again, I don't think I see any that low, so that one's also going to be blank. Same with the 20s. There's no grades from 20 to 29, but we do have some grades in the 30s. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and highlight. You could circle if you're doing this on paper. You could circle, but this is a really great way to pick out, and I'm just picking out anything that is 30 something. So it's got a 3 in the tens place. And I think those are the only 2 that I have. So I've gone through and I've highlighted all of the grades that would fit this stem, the stem of 3. And now I'm going to look at the ones place and fill in the ones place in the leaf section, starting with the lowest number. So 30 is my lowest number, so that's going to be represented with a 0 here. And then 31 is the next number, so that's going to be represented with a 1, and we're using a comma in between to separate our numbers. And now what I want to do, and this is a really important part, is just go through and cross out these numbers because I want to make sure that I know that I've counted those numbers. Those 2 numbers are accounted for on my stem and leaf plot. And this is really great too. If we go back, if I accidentally missed a 30 something number, then it would be really easy to see which one I missed and which one I need to add in to my stem and leaf plot. Okay, now let's go through and look for the 40s, the grades in the 40s. So again, I'm just going to go through and highlight. We've got a 41, and then we've got a 43, and I don't see any more 40s. And then again, I'm just going to go ahead and list those ones places in order. So we've got a 1 and 3 and cross those out. And so we're just going to keep going with this. Now I'm going to be looking for 50s. I see a 50 right here. I don't see any more in the 50s range, so we just have that one student in the 50s, and then I'm going to cross it out. I'm going to go ahead and speed this up, go through a few more of these, and write down all of the leaves for all of the rest of these grades. Now, as we can see, I have several students in the 80s grade range. So what I'm going to do is make sure to cross out each number as I write it down because I have so many. So I'm going to start with 81 here. That's my lowest 80s. And then I've got, it looks like 84 is next. So that's 4 there. And then we've got two 86s. 86, 86. Oh, I missed one. I missed that 83 right there. So let me go ahead and move these down. If I was doing this on paper, obviously I would just erase it and rewrite those. But this is why I want to make sure to cross out as we go because I don't want to miss any. Oh, and there's another 86 right there that I almost missed. Okay, 87. 89 and 89. I've got both of those, 9 and 9, and I'm just looking through again to make sure I didn't miss any. Okay, now I can go on to my 90s. Great, and then for my last number, 100s, I've got 3 of those. I'm not going to have any grades higher than 100, so these are all just going to be represented with zeros there in the ones place to go along with the 10. The 10 tens makes 100, so that's why we have a 10 there. And that's it. That's how we create a stem and leaf plot. I hope that this video was helpful for you. Thanks so much for watching. I do have a ton of links in the description below on different pre-algebra skills, as well as I've started a new membership. So if that is something that you would like to do to support me and help me continue making these videos, that would be greatly appreciated. Another way to support me is to like and subscribe. That does help me to continue making these videos. Also leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought, and I'll see you next time.